Hi, friends. Welcome to the podcast, Maximizing doTERRA's Compensation Plan. My name is Justin Harrison, your host. We have two very special guests with us today. Ruby, who many of you know, the infamous or famous Ruby, one of our business development directors, and Mandy Summers, who's one of our Blue Diamond leaders. And we're excited to be here to talk about the power of three. Are you ready?
Yes.
So many of you probably already are familiar with Power of Three, at least to some level. And in the enhancements that are rolling out, Power of Three is getting a major upgrade, major uplift. And so tell me the highlights just really quick, and then we're going to go on a little deeper dive. Like what is happening to Power of Three?
Well, I love that we're simplifying it massively with just the numbers of people we have to track. We're going from specific people having to order 100 or more, 39 to be exact, down to 13. And 13 pods, I should say, not people, but 13 pods that we need to focus in on. And I love it that there's no stipulation on how much they're ordering, how little, how large. It's like we just have to focus in on these pods.
That's right. And so to define a pod, that's a group of any number of people, right? That's ordering 500 points, 500 PV between all of them, however many people that is.
And it has to be on the rewards program.
On the rewards program.
So I love it that there's the 100 PV is gone. It's such a relief, and we're not dependent on those specific orders going in.
Those specific people.
So we can really focus in on the team. And
Right.
that's what's really exciting about it. We can put this huge focus on the team instead of individuals that might not be doing what we need them to do, and we're stressing over it. So
we're no longer dependent, or some might say held hostage.
Yes, I think we've all felt that before.
Yes, that's right. It's an emotion.
Yeah, and I've seen it. I mean, I've worked with leaders over the years, and Power 3 has become hard to manage, right? Hard to track, right? Or at the end of the month, you're closing the month, right? Or you're looking at specific people and specific orders, where now with volume-based, there's so much flexibility. It's so simple, and it's easier to teach as well, especially as you're attracting your new builders, you're bringing people in. That's how you get them going, is with the Power 3 bonus.
That's right. And I've experienced, as we've been sharing, that all the LRP orders or rewards orders, it's going to be a transition to,
I know, it's trying to get used to that.
to the new name, right? But as we're looking at all of those orders that were below 100, and there's a lot of them, right? In fact, a few months ago when we looked at these numbers, there was over 300,000 orders that were on loyalty rewards, but below the 100 threshold, right? So they wouldn't be helping qualify people in our old way of calculating it. Well, now in the new way, they do, right? All of that counts. And so I've observed multiple people in the team that now will qualify for their 50.
Well, so many people.
So many people
will with these enhancements. Yep.
And I feel like that makes it feel more like a community versus like forcing a specific person to do something. And I love this new feel. I think that it's going to breathe new energy into our team. I think that it's going to bring new energy into new builders, because they're going to be able to come in and not have to have the weird conversations of, I need you to place a 100 PV order. Right. No, now we can serve these people with exactly what they need.
Wait, Mandy, you said from 39 people, 39 accounts, to 13 pods.
Yeah.
What is that?
So this is so exciting, because I feel like the 1500 Power 3 was hard to earn before, because we were managing 39 people who had to place at least 100 PV order, and we had to get 600 volume in order to get those bonuses on each one of those. And now we have made it so much simpler, where we only have to manage 13 pods. Now, the thing to know when you're building it out is your Power of 350, you have to place a 100 PV order, and you also have to have personally enrolled volume in that pod, that 500 pod. But beyond that, as we build down and we take the level, the 250 level, where there's 3 and we're helping them get their 3, we just have to focus on the pod as a whole in order to get there. And so I just think it simplifies it. And then once we've got those 9 in, we can build it out. We just duplicate. We just duplicate, and it's so much simpler than making sure 39 people did exactly what we needed them to do. And we can focus in. What I love the most, though, is that we're focusing in on helping them to build their businesses in a very sustainable way that feels authentic. We're not having to have those awkward conversations and calling people at midnight, 2 minutes before midnight at the end of the month saying, hey, you missed 2 PV. Can we place an order? It's just a lot more manageable.
So one pod of 500 is the 50 on the front line. 3 pods of 500 on the second line is 250.
Yep.
And then 9 pods on the third level is 1250.
Yes.
Okay, see, to me that's important because that's a significant amount of money, right? And I know there's the boost and additional income stream in Fast Start and all these other things that could come into play. But even if it was just that alone, that is life-changing, can be life-changing for many people.
And in some areas of our country and the world, that's a full-time income. If you think about it that way, like being able to get to that amount, it's literally life-changing for families.
Because it's based on rewards, right? As long as those are happening each month, and we recognize it fluctuates. Some months people order more or less, and it goes back and forth. But as long as those orders are happening, then this becomes a reoccurring bonus.
Yes.
Right? So it becomes a solid part of their income.
And to think that we could offer this to people in the world, it just makes me excited to share again. It makes me excited to know that we have amazing products, an amazing comp plan that truly has been elevated, and it's become so much simpler.
Okay, Ruby. So to recap, walk us through earning just that $50 bonus, because that's the foundation.
That's the foundation of Power 3. Exactly. And I always tell everybody this that I've been talking to about the simplified version of Power 3 is if you understand how to get your $50 bonus, the rest will become a lot easier because then you just focus on what we've been talking about, which is those pots, rewards pots, right? And so in order to get your $50 Power 3, you need to build what we're calling a rewards pod of 500. Okay, so you yourself, you need to have your own 100 PV rewards order. That's never changing, right? To earn commissions, you need to have 100 PV always. And then on your front line, again, we're looking at a pot of 500. Again, only rewards volume. Now with the traditional Power 3, we knew that other order types counted. Now we are focusing on those recurring orders like we've been talking about. We're focusing on rewards volume because we want to set you up for a sustainable business, right? And so 100 PV and then a 500 rewards pot on your front line that can come from one person, from 2 people, from 10 people. It doesn't matter. Just 500 in rewards volume. And then 100 of the 500 needs to be personally enrolled to you. And with that, you earn your $50 bonus and you're getting half of your order paid for.
Awesome. So you could almost surmise that to say, do the 50, teach the 50.
Yes, because then now, I mean, Power 3 is duplication, right?
That's right.
Now, once you're getting your 50, you're going to teach 3 people how to earn their own 50. Then you are setting yourself up for your 250 bonus.
That's right. Love it.
So what's also exciting with these enhancements of Power 3, with it being volume-based, is that now there's a focus on rewards volume, right? Or LRP, right? And so it's really building reoccurring orders, which is what you want. That's what builds a healthy business. That's what sets you up for growth, for business growth, is reoccurring orders. It's getting people on rewards, supporting them so that they stay on the rewards program, and that also builds retention and duplication because you're going to help others do the same as well. So.
Yeah. I just want to say that I think one of the best parts about this is we set this up, it's reoccurring, but it also sets up our structure for the future. If you look at a Power of 3 structure, you're set for platinum. If you just continue to invite people in and you focus on whatever your focus is and get them into this reward system, we're going to have an amazing long-term business on our hands. And I'm so excited about this.
That's right.
And thank you for mentioning that setup for platinum later on and for silver, all the ranks really, because there is still a very strong and significant structure component here.
Yes.
Even though we've taken a lot of the pressure out by having to have 3 people and all of that, we still do actually build 3 teams, right, or more to move on to the higher Power of 3 bonuses, right? And eventually for rank. And then, of course, we do need to have the people that are earning need to have some personal skin in the game, if you will, right? They've got to have 100 PV enrolled to them that's ordering each month, right? Exactly. It can be the same customers. It doesn't have to be brand new customers every month, but at least 100 in volume coming into them that they're the enroller of, right? To be able to still claim and play in the Power of Three program. So as we move forward into these bonuses, because the first one for that first pod is 50, and then what's the second one?
So the second one is 250.
250.
So same as last time, except now we have the potential of getting a boost with that. And that, for new people, that will be just easy to do because they are enrolling already.
Right.
For existing people, it incentivizes us to get moving again and start focusing in on bringing in new people that we can share these products with.
That's right. So in Power of Three, there's almost like two sides now, right? There's kind of the traditional Power of Three structure, the 50, the 250, and 1250, right? And then we have this additional program called the Boost, which I'm so excited about because it's going to drive, I think it's going to drive everything moving forward.
It'll drive the
that's
right
right.
type of action.
Oh yeah, that's right. And that's what we're trying to do is we're trying to incentivize the right behaviors here, which is sharing, enrolling, getting people on rewards, and keeping with that continuing education so that they stay on the rewards program, right? We want people to live the doTERRA lifestyle. And the best way they can do that is being on rewards.
That's right.
And using our product, right? Loving our product.
So for the Boost, there's a new qualifier that is new, right? We've not had it in the past, and it's called personal growth volume. What is that?
Yeah, so personal growth volume is a cumulative volume that's specifically rewards. So with Power of Three, we're going to focus on rewards because we're focusing on reoccurring orders. But the SIPs is going to look like a combined volume of orders placed in the current month that's coming from members that you yourself have personally enrolled in the previous 12 months that are specifically ordering on rewards volume. And that total amount of volume, that's personal growth volume.
Gotcha.
So, and that's what's going to help you boost your Power of Three.
Right. And that's why this is so great for new people, like you were saying, man, because if you're new, everyone you're enrolling is new. So all of that volume.
That all counts.
Right.
Yeah,
as long
that
as
all
it's
counts.
a loyalty order or rewards order,
Right.
right, is all going to count towards that.
And I think it's exciting that we now have a compensation plan that teaches this habit long term. Instead of thinking, oh, we'll be done in a year or two building this, it's like we need to continue this for the lifespan of our lives and our business. And so I feel like it puts us in a different business mindset where we're developing habits that we stick with long term.
Agreed. So I was with a group of wellness advocates last week in Texas, and we were going through all this, right? Going through all the numbers. And I very quickly came to realize, as the highest ranking person in the group was a silver, right? That I didn't need to talk about the pools and a lot of the deeper parts of our compensation program, right? And that will come, right? It will come and it will be meaningful when the time is right. But for now, as we talked about the Power of Three, building the Power of Three all the way to the 1250, getting the match or the boost. I used to call it match. It's called a boost. But earning that boost of 500, how that significantly changes everything. And that's their model. That's the focus model. And going back to the 250, okay, why does that matter? Why the 250 and boost to the 250? Why is that the magic?
Well, that's the magic because that's an official side gig. It gets you to the $500 a month that so many people need right now in their lives. And I think that the Power of Three has become very simple for our businesses, for us to share how to grow doTERRA. Because just like what you were saying, we just have to focus on this. I used to give the entire comp plan, and with this new comp plan, I'm like, we just need to focus on Power of Three, because if you focus on that, everything else happens. All the unilevels
Rank
happen,
happens.
the rank happens,
yeah.
the
It
bonuses
follows.
happen. And so really, it's a very simplified way to share the comp plan and inspire people to come in, get them to that 500 mark, and then beyond. Like, imagine if you can take them to 1750. That is life-changing for almost every family I know.
Yeah, I love that. There's no reason why we shouldn't talk about this opportunity with others. We know that it can change lives. More and more people want to build supplemental income. And at doTERRA, they can do that. So think about helping somebody build to their 250 Power 3. Then they boost 250. How much are they making now? We're talking about a path to 500. That can change somebody's life. And at doTERRA, we have built a clear pathway for people to be able to achieve that.
Okay, so in closing out this episode, what would your advice be to the field?
Focus on Power of Three. Learn it, learn how to boost, learn how to share that with your team. Encourage them to, like, I always think, focus on one thing. If you love the Aroma Touch, then focus on the Aroma Touch kit and focus on that. If you love foundational wellness, focus on that. Don't try and be everything. You can build these pods with one message, one class, and one class at a time, one pod at a time, and pretty soon you've got your whole system built out, and it's duplicatable.
Simple duplicates.
Yes,
And that's what
it's
you've just
so
said.
simple.
Yes.
And that's what I love about this new comp plan. And this part is I really just feel like we just have to focus Power of Three. Everything else comes.
Yeah, get your teams excited, right? Maybe share these podcast episodes with your teams. We're going to have a lot of videos and resources online for you to take advantage of. But yeah, share the message. Don't be afraid to talk about this opportunity because there's so many people out there waiting for something like this.
That's right. That's right. Well, thank you both so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you to our audience. We'll see you in episode 2.